Nothing matters. Last week I spoke a bit about life being relentless, or the quote, life is relentless. I just want to dive a bit deeper into those themes as well. That was a bit of a shorter one. Nothing matters. So let's just take a moment to realise what we're doing. We're just going about, most of the time scrambling, going through our life, rushing from A to B, occasionally trying to breathe in between and take a moment to ourselves whilst, we're on this rock that seems fucking enormous and it's just drifting through space. And any second could be over. And that space is infinite. It doesn't stop. It's endless. And, you see those videos, like, it zooms out from, like, a rooftop house, and then it goes out to a city, and then it goes out to a state, then it goes out to like a country, and then you get a whole view of the world, and then it goes further, and then it goes out past the world, and you see how far away the next planet is, and then it goes out again, you see the solar system, and then it goes out again, and then you see a universe, and then you see the Milky Way, and it goes through a black hole, and then it just doesn't stop. Like, you've got to realise everything that goes on in our head, all these problems that arise, and just things we think of that weigh us down and take over our mind, they're not going to matter. And again, I don't want to be like doom and gloom. I want to give a sense of liberation here. All these problems that we face on just our day-to-day life, big and small, they are, like, they're real. They're things we have to deal with, and they're things we have to figure out, because we live through it, and that's part of life. When those problems seem to just get unbearable and there's just endless problems, you just, again, I always say, just take a breather. Use that power of breath and take a step outside of yourself and just think about it for a moment. Does it really matter? Is it going to matter in a week? Is it going to matter in 10 years? Is it going to matter in 100 years? Is it going to matter in 1,000 years? Nothing's going to matter. And everyone that's lived before us went through what we go through. They had their problems. And guess what? We know nothing of nearly anyone's problems that they had. Day-to-day problems, Obviously there was things that came up through history, there were events and there were problems of the times, but I'm just saying, just the minor problems that we go through every day, they're our own battles, and they are hard at times, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. Because, like I said, we're just a blip in this black infinite space that continues to grow and just do whatever it wants. It has infinite power over what we do. And I was talking to a friend about this. We were just out, we were getting burgers, just saying nothing matters. Like, there's no point being obsessed about something and worrying about failing about something, because if you're worried about failing, when you die, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you failed at something if you tried, or in 1,000 years, what you tried to do, and like if it was something that was true to you and you tried to have a go at something that was important, that's not gonna. If you failed at that, what do you think people are going to care in the future? People, like, we don't know what people did in the past. They would have had their little projects that they wanted to do, and if they tried and failed, like, we wouldn't know. If they succeeded, we wouldn't know. Some things transcend time as well. Some great, feats of engineering, say. But all these problems that we make in our head that stop us doing what we want to do, it doesn't matter, because we're all going to be gone. So why not just flip that on its head and be like, well, it doesn't matter. Why am I letting it have power over me doing what I want to do? At the end of my time, am I going to be, my final breath be like, oh, I'm glad I didn't try that. No, everyone says this shit as well, but it's true. Like, you got to remind yourself. You're here once, as far as we know. Maybe, when this physical realm ends and we dissipate, there's something else going on behind the scenes, a bit of coding, but until we get there, we don't know. Can never know for sure. My point is, there's no point not trying something if it's something that intrigues you and it's something that's important to you. So don't let these little fears and mental blocks come in and stop you doing what you want to do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. And it won't matter if you don't do it, but it will matter to you if you don't do it. So what's the point in not doing it? Or what's the point in doing it? You decide. I think there's a point in doing it because it means something, to me at least. So anyway, nothing matters. This doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't matter. I'm just sitting in here talking to you through this lens, and it really doesn't matter. Like and subscribe. Tell me I'm wrong, tell me I'm right down below. But anyway, Godspeed.